So the Huntsman Jarate Bushwacka combo, huh? What do you want to know about it? So this is one of the more common Huntsman loadouts. I would say this is probably more common than the Huntsman with stock, Kukri, and SMG. I would say this is probably one of the go-tos. You essentially have two instant kill combos. One of them is just like the Huntsman plus, headshot or body shot if they're Jarated. And then the other one is your Bushwacka Jarate combo. So I would say if you want to be a more team-oriented sniper, especially like a Huntsman user, like an archer, Jarate's kind of the way to go, because if you throw Jarate on a group of enemies, your entire team very likely will destroy that group of enemies. They'll just demolish them, especially if you have like a heavy or anything with hit scan, or even just like demo spam or soldier spam. In these clips, I'm just kind of killing some things with the Huntsman. You kind of act as like a support for your team, assuming you can land your shots, where you're just like picking off threats, especially enemy heavies, especially quick fix medics. Even if they Uber, you can just kind of kill them anyways, doesn't matter. You can just headshot them through the quick fix Uber, which is nice. The only thing you really have to worry about is like stock Uber, Vaccinator, and to some degree Kritzkrieg. If you can headshot the meta buddy while they're kritzing, it's massive, and you can basically stuff it before it even happens. But you can see here I like threw Jarate around a corner to prevent enemies from pushing up, because if they push up, they can get one shot by like pills or rockets. So it just gives your team damage at range. It can also be used as a deterrent to prevent enemies from safely pushing a corner or a choke point. So it's just kind of like an oppressive little jar of piss. You can always use it to put yourself out as well, and to put out teammates. And it does recharge slightly faster. But with this setup, you essentially have access to melee crits on demand, assuming you have Jarate. You have access to headshots. From the Huntsman, you can take down sentries pretty effectively. 120 base damage will put a sentry at below 50% health, even at level 3. And you can just kind of, shoot choke points, prevent things from pushing you, put things at 50% health even if you miss a headshot, which is pretty good. And you can also just throw Jarate on stuff, shoot it in the body if you want. You don't even have to go for headshots. It's much easier to go for body shots. So if you want to do that combo, that's totally viable. As for the 1-2 Jarate melee attack combo, against competent players, it doesn't work that well. They'll kind of see it coming, especially if they know where you're at. So they'll kind of bait the Jarate and then try to get you to push out or just never push you. Against players that are either frantic, even if they are good players, if they're like frantic or overwhelmed, you can kind of get away with it sometimes. Like if there's an enemy heavy medic combo pushing into your team and you throw Jarate on them and they don't see you, like the heavy doesn't see you, doesn't know where you're coming from, you might be able to get off some melee hits. But if that's the case, you can just get Huntsman headshots, so it's like, it's not needed at all. Honestly, the Bushwacka is extremely dangerous to use. If you pull it out, you can now be one-shotted by almost anything in the game. A direct hit from a rocket one-shots you, an enemy Huntsman user in the body will one-shot you, enemy pills will one-shot, a single enemy sticky. Oh yeah, in this clip, this dude missed like a bunch of direct hit shots, so then he taunted. We had a little, like, hilarious moment there where I just stopped firing at him because it was just stupid. He just kept missing and I was just jumping around like an idiot. But here's where, like, the 1-2 combo comes up, and you'll see, like, how it fails against good players. So, like, this scout, he's not bad, but I was able to get him, but there's a demo man that just cleans me up. That's kind of what happens. Like, if players are really good, they tend to kill you pretty fast. Then in this situation, the demo rushes in for some reason. I don't know why he did that. He probably should have just hung back, and I probably wouldn't have got that opportunity. But in this situation, I'm about to get a body shot for lethal damage, so the Jarate can be used just to get body shots. You don't have to be as precise. Now, to clarify, like with the headshots on the Huntsman, you have to shoot the top, like 10 to 20% of their environment hitbox, which is larger than their view model, but you still have to hit that section of the environment hitbox, right? So if you're a little bit too low, you're just going to hit like 120 on a fully charged shot. So it can be really useful just to go for body shots with the Jarate combo. But yeah, I think this is the more team-oriented approach. Being able to help your teammates out by putting them, like, getting rid of fire, by putting enemies at mini crits, like putting debuff, mini crit debuff on enemies, pretty huge. I think it's even banned in tournaments, like in competitive, I think Jarate is banned because it's so overpowered. Because if you use it, even if you just throw it on a single enemy, that enemy is basically marked for death. Like a rocket that would hit like 30 to 40 at range now does like 120 or some shit. So like, Jarate is no joke. Now the Bushwacka, it's decent, but you can get one-shotted. Competent players will usually bait your like Bushwacka combo, or they just won't ever get close enough to you because you're just a sniper. You know, you have 100% move and no vertical mobility. So every power class except for heavy can kite you. Soldier can rocket jump away. Demo can sticky jump away, or use charge and targe. Demo can also use any shield charge to remove the debuff. So if you think you're gonna kill a demo, like a demo knight, with the 1-2 combo and they have charge, they can just remove it, and then you're just out, you know, you just have a Bushwacka now. So there can be some downsides, but the upside is if you hit things that aren't aware of you, it's a free instant kill, right? In most situations. The only thing it doesn't instant kill are full health soldiers and heavies. So, or things that are overhealed. Like most overhealed classes have over 200 health. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this setup. I prefer the SMG because, like, if you can just land Huntsman shots, that's like the equivalent of hitting something with Jarate. Now, if you Jarate like 5 things and a soldier shoots like 2 rockets at those, that's massive value. But your average situation, unless enemies are really balled up, you're not going to get that, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed this or found this useful, definitely like and subscribe. Also drop a comment, let me know what you think. And that's it for now. Peace.
Thanks, mate.